Hello, welcome back to Auto Pop Culture, and today we're going over the album by Greyson Chance called Portraits. So if you remember Greyson Chance, he is the little kid. I think he was like, I want to say he was probably around 12 or something like that. And he did, I gotta try to really remember, like dig back into that time. But he performed Paparazzi on YouTube and then by Lady Gaga, and then it turned into he was like an Ellen sensation where he went on to Ellen and then he played Paparazzi on piano there, and it just blew up to like, who is this kid? He's amazing. Like, I honestly think he was Justin Bieber before Justin Bieber was Justin Bieber. Like for that split second, like he was there, then he went away. So, which I'm sure that everything with his stuff, he probably like, oh no, that's a lie. He did release an album as a kid, and then I don't know if it went really well because I don't remember anybody talking about it. And then he kind of went away, and he's just did his stuff, and then he finally came back recently, this year, and released Shut Up. No, he released 21 and then Shut Up, and both of them were really interesting because I didn't really know he was 21 already. So yeah, so this is his whole album. He just released a couple of days ago. It took me a minute I had to get into the whole thing, but it's a really, really good, it's a well-written album. Like, I didn't think that we would come across an album that I didn't know his first album as an adult would be him doing like a personal album, you know? And it's really good. The whole, like, I'm surprised that he could write this well. It's kind of amazing. But let's get started. Let's go through all the songs and talk about like what the little pieces of things I thought about it. So number one is Shut Up, and it starts really well. It starts with the harmonies with him saying doing the hook without any acapella, pretty much. And it's the whole, when a beat comes in, the whole production is very minimal. Like, it's not really much going on, but I feel like that's the best thing about it, is that it just gives you that immediate, like, it's a very nice, just like, enjoy, just get into the song, get into the lyrics, get into my mood of what I'm getting into to kick you off to go in. Like, it's like this song, right? Like, Shut Up, it like is pretty much like him saying like he's very self-conscious, and so he'll like end up talking a lot in relationships when it comes to like things that go on because he's very self-conscious, and it's like something I can completely relate to. And it's one of those things just like, and so he kind of puts a little cliche parts like, the one way to shut me up is to like kind of kiss me, and I think that's kind of cool. And so it starts you off like that. So it's immediate, like, you know, like, oh, this is going to be good lyrics. So you go into number two. Number two is Bleed You Still. And this one's pretty much about falling very fast for a person that you really like. And people say, like, why don't you start off next time, start off as friends and go from there. And he explains how, like, it's hard to really start off as friends with somebody that you already decided that you really, really like, you know? So, and I thought that was a really good song for that. And number three is Yours, which I thought it was about like how it was a nod to like a partner or somebody that he was with. Like, no matter where I go and up and down, I may be touring all the time and may go in places like, but I'm always yours, you know? And so, but what I found out after looking it up, it's pretty much, he actually said it's about his friends and how he's always touring, so he kind of leaves behind his friends to go tour and do all this stuff and go and get into his music and his career. So he doesn't really see them as much. But when he does, he wants to make sure he's like, no, like that nothing has changed. I'm still friends with you. I may be gone for a while, but I come back and it's like nothing has changed. Number four is, which is, by the way, number three is one of my favorite songs. I love the production. The production's really good. Number four is Planes, which didn't really say it was an interlude, but it is an interlude. It pretty much, he talks about, and I don't think I come across this much, but it just, instead of like maybe early 2000s, the first thing comes to mind is Aaron Carter, his very first album. He literally just said stuff. Like, he would say stuff, or Destiny's Child, Writing Against the Wall. Like, they would say something, and it'll end up meaning something to the next song, you know? And so, actually, that's a really good album to point that out. That does exactly that, but without like just two of them, not like every single song. So this song is pretty much this. snippet is pretty much about him saying how he went to this his brother's frat house to sing a song, sing some ballads, and he pretty much said, like, before his ballads, like, this is for people who fucked me over, blah, 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 like that. And he was only 12 and stuff like that. So it's just like, oh, wow. Like, and so, of course, like, his mom got upset and just like, I didn't raise you to be this type of, like, way. Like, the way that you did that is a way a boy, is how you're acting is like a boy, and I'm raising you to be a man, you know. So he kind of, like, felt embarrassed and blah, blah, blah. And then it goes into number 5, which is West Texas, which I'm assuming that's where he was born and raised, and he says so. And it pretty much is talked about how he just, like, about that behavior and pretty much a song wrapping into that interlude. And I love his falsetto is so crisp, so clean inside the hook. It's a really good, interesting song, and it's also personal. It's also, like, him pointing out, it's like, this is how I was raised, blah, blah, blah. And he definitely has a really good relationship with his mom somehow. He obviously has a really good relationship with his mom. That's really cool. Number 6 is White Roses. And this one is an interesting one. It's pretty much about, like, it's very, I feel like in the next part of these songs are more relationship direct. And just, like, he gets really into details about, like, how you feel about something, about stuff like that. And it's actually really true. Like, I don't know why, but just, like, his vulnerability is something way more refreshing than I've heard in a while. Like, this one's pretty much about, like, him saying, like, if we break up and everything, just don't call me, don't contact me, just leave me alone. Like, you've already done enough damage. Let's just call it quits. When you call it quits, don't try, like, if you miss me by any chance, like, don't try to recontact with me or, like, connect with me or anything. Like, it's not best. And I like that. And it's just, you don't really come across that type of, like, talk other than, like, it usually gets pretty petty. And with this one, it kind of goes on just, like, because I feel this certain way, it's best not to talk to me. If you miss me, if you happen to have a different remorse or feel bad about our breakup, like, the best thing you can do is just kind of just move on, you know? And then we go into number 7, which is Lights. And this one is pretty much just, I didn't really understand this one other than maybe it's a bring in for the next song. But this one is about him asking his Uber driver, Lyft driver, I'm assuming, like, where's the coolest or where's the best strip club? And she talks about it. And she does this little thing where she's like, oh yeah, you can find a girl there, blah, blah, blah. And obviously that's not what he's looking for. But it's cute because it's kind of reminds you of a daily thing that gay men go through, just like, and probably lesbians too. We're just like, oh yeah, you're gonna love you're gonna get yourself a girl, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, wrong tree, but okay. Number 8 is Black on Black, which is a very sexy song. I love his sing talk, his kind of like little rapish sing talk in the middle part in his bridge, which is it was pretty hot. Like, I was like, didn't think I would go to a direction where I thought, like, you sounded pretty, like, Greyson chants would sound pretty hot, but he does. He's really, like, it sounds very sexy, and the production's really, really good. Number 9 is Seasons 19, and this one's a very interesting one. Oh my god, like, it's just one of the interesting ones. It just gets even better as it goes. So this one is pretty much about how he's like, he basically got rejected by a guy or something like that, or he wanted to date this guy or something like that, and didn't really work out. Like, the guy didn't feel the same way that he did, so he got, like, upset. But the thing that he did is, like, I keep on moving forward, I keep on moving forward, I keep on moving forward. It's kind of his mantra, it seems like. Throughout the whole album, it seems like that's the mantra. Like, no matter what, keep moving forward, you know? And that's pretty much what this song is about, and I really like that. The next song, number 10, is Timekeeper, which is one of my other favorite songs. Whew, he gets pet. It can't even call it petty. You cannot call it petty, because at the minute I was gonna say that this song is pretty petty, but it's not. It's encapsulating the emotion that he felt in that type of level of a breakup, and it's very interesting. Like, it talks about, like, first of all, the production's insane, and it's very catchy. The "ooh baby" part it's very catchy. And this one's pretty much about a breakup and how he just, like, he goes in deep about like, if you don't remember how this went, let me be your timekeeper. And he talks about each verse is about something that happened in their relationship that went bad, went well, or something like that. Like every bit of their relationship is being told in this type of setting. And it's really interesting. And it's just like, he points out like the things that like, he points out stuff that the person did, that he did. Like, it's just like, it's a full on, like, we got into inside of exactly what this relationship was about. And so I really, really like it. I love the production. I love the pettiness, so like the light emotion, like snappy emotion that comes out of different scenes, like the whole, like, whatever, just stay on your phone kind of thing. It's like, phew. We're really getting into it. We're really knowing. We're going to know everything. And we do know a majority of stuff. I'm sure there's more that's not being told. But it's very interesting. It's one of the parts of the vulnerability that I like in this album. Like, you don't really come across that type of sound without feeling like you're being bitchy. You know, I'm a badass bitch. How could you, like, leave me kind of thing. Like, he doesn't say that. Number 11 is called Stan, which is supposed to be an oldie to his hometown and his family. And apparently, due to the fact that we're going down this whole list, did he have an addiction to alcohol, or did he kind of have a bad relationship with alcohol, which I don't really know if that's true or not, or if that's what he's trying to say or not. But it seems like he seems to talk about alcohol in the negative term, you know, and which is, I understand, like, it happens, like. But it's also just, like, I don't really know if I actually completely run with it due to the fact that he is 21, and usually the common thing to do when people are 21 is to drink a lot, is to binge, and then you hit, like, I don't know, maybe 23 or something like that, and you're kind of like, okay, I know my limits, I know what I'm into, you know, and maybe and he also went through a breakup, so maybe that's also on top of that, you know. And he also, during one of the songs, I want to say it was West Texas, how he didn't talk to his mom for a while because he was going through a bender and everything. So it might be a lot of things that ended up with the alcohol addiction or something like that. Number 12 is Lakeshore, which is the last song. I love the fact that we're getting actually, like, full on, like, songs now in pop culture lately. This one is like, I don't want to go home, and then the beat comes in immediately for his, like, for the ending of it. It's a really good album. The whole album's really good. So anyway, leave a comment below. Tell me what you thought. If you really like the album, if you don't like the album, leave a comment below. I hope everybody has a great weekday. It's a Monday, and I'll see you guys